Hello and welcome to Havin a Yak. It's been probably about a month since my last Havin a Yak, and you'll notice two different faces on camera here if you are watching the video version of this. To my immediate left is Cordell, he's from Texas, and to his left is Joey, he's from Maine. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. Now, I know that both of you guys know what Havin a Yak is. It's the podcast where we talk about, whatever. We just kind of ask each other questions and have life conversations. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's not, and we talk about aliens and yetis and farting and all kinds of ridiculous random things.
We are experts on farting.
We are.
Apparently, I know from this week. so you guys are visiting me this week. We decided not to do a hockey podcast for this specific weekend, so we're transitioning a bit to the second channel and still providing a podcast, but just a little bit different. So if this is your first Havin a Yak, then you can be prepared for some questions that I have to ask these gentlemen beside me. Now, these questions were prepared by someone off camera, Kale. I know you can't see him, but he's off camera. He has a channel called Vesper Hockey Inc. Go check it out if you want to see some jersey stuff and all kinds of hockey related things.
He's also been on the latest podcast episode.
Yes,
so
he was on.
Him.
Exactly, he was on the last podcast last weekend. So he's prepared these questions. He's got 9 here on the paper for me. I took a look at them earlier, and some of them are really good. So I'm excited to get this conversation going.
And I don't think either of us have seen these before.
Nope.
So
No, yeah, these are going to be brand new. Well, I think there's one on here, the first one, which he read out loud earlier. What childish thing do you still enjoy?
Joey?
You take this one first, because I was having some problems with this one.
I think for me, and this was a whole topic that I had written down kind of, as I get older in life, appreciating these more quaint, quiet. We'll start with TV shows, particularly like Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross's painting show. Things that are kind of tailored towards a more simplistic audience, maybe even kids. But there's like a peaceful just essence to the show that I've come to appreciate. And I won't get too far into the ASMR, sleep relaxation side of it, but I've come to really appreciate some of these shows just because they're simple and your life's all crazy and stuff, and you just want to sit down and just relax and focus on a painting or a little talk.
And Bob Ross is really good at that because he's just a genuinely awesome person, and he doesn't care what problems you have in life and stuff. He's all about taking the time and kind of making you think outside the box, and he almost tells a story while he paints. So I like that answer. I understand it. Joey?
Yep. Well, growing up, I watched a lot of cartoons, as any kid would. But I've noticed as an adult now, rewatching some of these cartoons, there's a lot of adult themes in these that somehow escaped us as a child. And I don't know how they ever were aired in the first place. Example, Hey Arnold. There's a lot of sexual innuendos in that show.
Is there really?
Yeah.
I have not watched it as an adult.
There's a little compilation on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not one I would have pegged.
And yeah, it's creepy.
Wow.
Now that you rewatch it.
It's even in Toy Story and a couple of other popular movies, there are definitely some hidden jokes for the adults. And they have to do it because no adults would take their kids to movies otherwise.
The best example is Ren and Stimpy. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, man. Even as a child, it was cringy. But now, I don't know how that was even aired on TV.
I missed that.
Honestly.
Yeah, one of my first ball caps was a Ren and Stimpy hat I got in Florida.
No kidding.
Yeah, I lost it on the bus on the way home from school. But
My family was very strict on television. Unless it was pretty much an explicitly educational show, it was not allowed. So Nickelodeon was completely banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we pretty much watched this one's debatable in terms of
VeggieTales?
educational. Definitely VeggieTales.
Yeah.
Sesame Street, Arthur, some more shows I don't know if you ever heard of Zoom, where it's an arts and crafts show.
No.
But if it had if it was anything on the side of pure silliness, no. So SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
If it was silly and on Cartoon Network especially, no.
Did you ever see Cat Dog, I think it was called?
I wasn't allowed to watch that either. Well,
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
That was on, but I didn't really watch it. But
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I don't know. What childish thing do you still enjoy? I don't know. I'm pretty childish just in general, so
we all there was some low hanging fruit for this answer we all could have said in terms of just farting all the time.
Any fart noise is funny.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were walking in the grocery store and you heard someone else fart, would you laugh?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
100%.
That's what this guy is about. You don't realize is
Awkward noises in public.
he just makes awkward noises and says random things in public.
Going off of that, driving down the road past pedestrians and yelling, "Dad,
Dad? Is that my dad?
And getting weird looks. Like,
Yeah.
that's his thing. So that's your answer.
It's childish, stupid, but it's awesome at the same time."
For example, today we were out eating, and Chris was with us, Chris Wilkinson, and Mika was filming his vlog. So we decided to, or I told Chris to give an impression of his giraffe run, because he does a really good giraffe run.
It's so good.
So he did it outside of the window, or just outside the window of the restaurant, where all people were sitting at the table eating and they could see out. And I wasn't watching Chris do the giraffe run because I've seen it hundreds of times. I was watching the people's reactions, because just watching people react to seeing or hearing something ridiculous in public is like the funniest thing in the world to me.
And I think the added element of that is that it's like an actual zoo in that the diner windows, it's just a wall of windows, like you're at a zoo, and it's like a contained area, and everyone's sitting looking out the window, and you just watch this like 40-meter run, just like this gallop past the windows, like you're watching a giraffe run by.
6'3" lanky dude running like a giraffe.
It was amazing.
Exactly. I'll see if I can get that clip from Mika and put it in this video for our video viewers. Yeah. Okay, question number 2. What is the most useless thing you know how to do?
Oh man.
These are thinkers.
Yeah.
Well, I'll answer while Joey thinks.
Yeah, please do.
I tend to think of myself as a man of many useless talents.
Oh, you are the king of useless talents, I think.
But I'm not a master of anything useful. I'm the most mediocre.
All your talents are like orally related. Like,
oh yeah,
you can do like impressions and sounds, like that horn. Like every time you do that horn, do the horn. That's completely useless, but it's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're Hank Hill.
Speaking of which, yeah.
Dang it, boys! I told you to get away from the goddamn microphone.
Exactly, stuff like that. Like,
yeah, just silly stuff. I don't.
What?
Most
The useless thing you know how to do.
It's a really good question.
It is a good question.
I don't know how.
I'm trying to think of like
That's a tough one.
random talents or.
Yeah, I don't know what's more useless than sounds. But there's got to be something.
I can hold my breath for a kind of a stupid amount of time, and I would just like practice that as a kid. Like, this is gonna be a weird visual, but if I went upstairs and laid in the bathtub and put my head underwater, I could probably hold my breath for like 2.5 minutes, and it's like I did that as a kid, just practice randomly for no reason.
Wow.
So I guess that's kind of a useless talent, but
That actually reminds me, one of the summer camps I went to, we had all these different events where we'd compete against each other in like log splitting and canoeing and all this stuff. But there was one section one year I remember we had to go to the deep end and jump in, and they timed us for how long we could hold our breath underwater. But it just seemed really dangerous, and like I don't know, like kids were under there for like multiple minutes, and I felt like I did decent, but I'd be lying if I remembered how good I did. But
that's the one competition as a kid that I always won, was the holding your breath competition. Lost the rest.
Yeah.
Joey?
This is a tough one. It's actually, I can't think of many things that.
Because you're a very practical man. You're a dad. You go to work and work hard. You come home and provide.
I was trying to think of some stuff that I can do at work, but it's all practical at work.
Yeah, it all.
He's a man's man.
Yeah, he's a serious man.
And I'm a reflective vampire. That's what I'm good at.
I guess I can look really creepy without trying.
Yes.
That's true.
I've proven that multiple times on this trip so far.
On Mika's vlog, yeah.
Which
I mean,
you should
I
be
can demonstrate
watching.
right now. I mean,
You can just, yeah.
There it is. There's the
Basically,
look.
The audio listeners just picture this Julian looking like Julian from the Trailer Park Boys, looking deeply into your eyes.
that ruined it. That's so stupid.
All right, question number 3. I actually really like this one. What celebrity, dead or alive, would you want to have lunch or hang out with?
Ooh.
Easy.
What's yours? Patrick
Robin
Waugh.
Williams.
Oh,
Bar none.
Robin Williams. He would have some amazing stories.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Celebrity.
For me, I think I'd have to say Neil Armstrong, just because I was named after him, and I love space. So that's
That's also.
a boring answer, but it's a.
No, it's not boring.
It's almost an obligatory answer for me at this
Yeah.
point.
Man, I feel like growing up, I didn't put enough emphasis on, we'll say, idols and heroes in general enough.
Mike Judge.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had a chance to sit down with Hitler for an hour and talk to him, would you take that opportunity?
Oh, yeah.
You could ask him whatever you wanted.
Most likely.
Would you ask him the hard questions? Or would you just like...
It depends. Since we're in a hypothetical safe scenario, I'm assuming. I mean,
And
probably.
scenario.
But,
You could film it and put it on YouTube.
well, yeah.
Wow.
But I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone in particular I could think of. I'll have to think about it.
No one growing up at all that you idolize that has either passed away or
What, like a wrestler or
Wrestler.
former star.
No, I mean, especially my childhood, man. It was just so oriented towards religious upbringing, and things of this world are not worth appreciating as much. That kind of thing.
Totally,
I'm
yeah.
past that now, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to come back to that.
All right. Question number 4. What's the worst purchase you've ever made?
This one's a little silly and in recent memory, but any of the last few Call of Duty pre-orders,
Oh,
I get baited every time by the promises of a new year, and it's just ass.
It's kind of the same with NHL games. I get excited every year, and then I'm let
that's
down
a
within the
really
first month.
good example.
Yeah, it's the same.
And I don't buy the base game. I buy the deluxe or
Deluxe.
the super deluxe or whatever. I don't know why, and I know how it's going to end,
Yep.
but I don't know.
We're nostalgic for a better era, and we keep
Especially
trying to
nowadays
buy
with the technology we have. It's like,
it. Yeah,
just why?
But-
Why do you sell the base game with stuff missing on purpose? And then release
Welcome
the
to-
full game like 3 months after release.
that's capitalism.
Yeah, pretty
Guess
much.
so.
But man, and in terms of material purchases,
I have a really hard time spending a lot of money on food.
yeah, this trip's been awful.
I'm really cheap that way.
I've
Yeah,
gone
yeah.
ham on this trip so far with food.
Like,
Yeah,
have you ever gone and, I don't know, like a $40 or $50 steak, gotten one of those? I would never do that.
actually, this is related to a female I brought up on this trip, but I took someone on a one-off date that I was not even dating. I was very hopeful, and she was a pretty classy girl, and I'm not.
You're a very classic girl.
What are you talking about? You're wearing a headband and showing some
Headband
chest
and
hair.
this is not a tank, by the way. It's actually a banana hammock. But I wanted to impress her, so I took her to what I could find was the nicest place within like 30 miles of where I live, and got all dressed up, tried to clean my car,
And tried to clean my
tried. I discovered some stains in the passenger seat that I just put the nicest towel I had from the headrest down to the thing. And it was like a makeshift,
Yeah.
janky, bougie cover. And so I was just like, oh, have a seat. And she's like, what the hell is this? So we go all the way, have an awkward dinner. It was like $150 for both of us to eat.
Oh,
And nothing ever came of it. And I just...
that's a bad
It's
purchase.
my fault for thinking it was gonna
Yeah.
mean anything, but geez, do I regret that meal?
I just don't. And some people have the complete opposite opinion of me, and honestly, I wish it was a bit like that, just to get that much enjoyment out of food,
Yep.
that you're willing to spend that money. But it's so consumable and gone just like that. I just
Exactly.
don't see any value in it.
Yep.
So
Along the same lines of that with me is, as many of you may or may not know, I work at a brewery. I've spent so much money on beer. Like, it's a little embarrassing, in fact.
It's almost a hobby,
because
though.
You can spend a good amount for just 4 or 5 bottles, and within a weekend, it's gone. And you're out $100, $200,
Yeah.
you know? So,
I definitely understand you though, because in my normal life, especially when I'm trying to be frugal and save money, my opinion is if my stomach's full at the end of the day and I got some nutrients, don't care.
Yeah.
So I can, like my excuse me, my family will be helping me budget. I just got a new job at work, so she's like, let's budget and see where you're going to be at. You're going to spend this much on food a month. And I'm like, cut that in like fourths. And I'm maybe like, I don't need that kind of food. Like, I don't know. I feel you on the food thing, but
you and I have kind of the same appetite, though.
Yeah.
Like, we could go all day without eating.
yep. And I do.
And then we
often.
gorge at night.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
On garbage.
On
on
garbage.
garbage, yeah.
Literal garbage, right?
Do you think you could survive 1 month on $100?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
easily. I know people who would like do that in a week. Whoa.
$100 in 1 month.
And yeah, so like
Oh,
I know someone who
that.
spends $400 a month on groceries.
Think about it.
as a single person living by themselves.
You could go if you got 2 loaves of bread, jar of peanut butter and jelly. You could eat that for a meal or 2 a day for a week easy.
Oh, I know practically it's doable. Mentally for me, I could not do that.
I can do it.
I would just.
I could eat the same thing every day.
Yep.
The rest of my life.
And I do that often. I'll get like a
Yep.
giant value pack of like chicken breaded patties that are pre-cooked, that are microwavable.
Oh.
So it's like $10 and there's like 20 of them. Pop it in the microwave, throw it between some bread with some mustard.
Oh.
Dinner.
You got me with the mustard, but I don't know about microwaving
Oh,
pre-cooked
I
chicken
abuse
burgers.
microwaves, and that's a whole nother topic.
I'm an impulse shopper though. I couldn't do that. Like
don't
I
have
could
a
go
choice.
and pick out those items and say, "All right, that's it." But then I'll go see something. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I kind of want that too."
When you go to the grocery store, do you notice the difference between grocery shopping when you're hungry and grocery shopping when you're full?
Yep,
I like
big
when
time difference.
a huge
Yeah.
difference. Like when you go grocery shopping and you're full, you're so much smarter as
Oh,
a
yeah.
shopper. And when you're hungry, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna eat that later. I'm gonna eat that later, and you just start
See,
getting everything.
I used to, for sure. But since my career paths in the last
Yeah.
a decade, since I was 15, I'm 25 now, has worked in a grocery store. So my routine when I get off work involves grabbing the 1 or 2 things I need and leaving, because I don't want to be there anymore. So that's helped, as well as the particular part of the industry I work in that involves people not shopping in the store and just doing it online. So I've started to see like through the facade of like the enticement of being in a store. So I'm very conscious of like, if I see it, I don't need it. Stick to my list, because that's all you go off of when you shop online.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's trained me a little bit and made me even more of a garbage eater than before.
That's gotta be really convenient working for a grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
And just being able, you're there every day.
Oh, it's lunchtime. What are we going to get? Choose.
So you've never. When's the last time you left your house to go grocery shopping as a legitimate grocery shopping trip?
It does happen sometimes, but it's not for the big grocery trip.
Yeah.
So if I forget loaf of bread and a couple things and some sody pops, I do live like 100 yards from another grocery store.
Well, that was my next question. Do you ever shop anywhere else?
Very
Other than your
rarely.
current
And it's
store.
not because I'm like super loyal or anything, but because it's just there's no reason to when you work at a grocery store. But if I forget a couple things, I'm walking across the street and getting what I need. So I mean, maybe a couple times a month I'll walk over there, but in general, no.
What time of day do you prefer to grocery shop?
Late night.
Yeah, man, late night grocery shopping is so relaxing. There's no one else in the store. You can take your time.
It's the complete opposite of anywhere else. You go early morning, it's packed.
Oh yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
usually with old people.
Old people, man, old people love grocery
Old
shopping.
people love grocery
They
shopping.
love it.
Yep.
Okay, so the next question I have is the most famous question on this podcast. You've probably heard it before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want to partake in it or not. You don't have to, but I would really like it if you did. I would like to know your most embarrassing poop story. I've already told mine, and I'm not telling it again. So if you want to go watch a previous episode and hear it, you're more than welcome to.
Does it involve a poop knife?
I'll have to think about it, but I must say, as screwed up as my bowels are genetically, I've not really had any of those situations.
You've never pooped yourself,
No.
really?
I've pissed my pants throughout my childhood. I had a lot of pee stories.
No.
You've never even just farted and accidentally.
No.
That's impressive.
But I think it's just because I'm so afraid of what's going to come out of my butt because thanks to my family, I have irritable bowel syndrome, which means
Yeah.
after every meal, I feel like it's going to come out every direction. But anyway,
Right.
so I'm just accustomed to these feelings and I know how to prepare
Right.
for it.
Okay.
So maybe that's why.
Interesting. You're always conscious of
Oh, yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know. What about you?
I've never fully on pooped my pants, but I've farted and underestimated myself many times.
How
Many times.
How many times have you done this?
Oh, I can count them on both hands.
Let's
But
start.
some have been at home, some have been at work,
Yeah.
some have been during road trips.
Oh no.
Those are the worst.
When's the last time you did it? How many years ago?
Oh, it's been a while.
That's good.
And then the last time I actually did it, I was actually sick, so I had no control at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
it's
well,
not pleasant.
thanks for partaking in those
Yeah.
questions. You continue to think about
Oh,
if
well,
there's any
I really don't think I have.
time. What about like if you've ever been on a plane and really had to go and like things got awkward in the bathroom and.
No, I've actually never used a plane bathroom, but when I was flying to Brittany last time, it hit me. And usually, it's a whole nother topic about having a job or being in a situation where you are not allowed to go to the bathroom. That makes it even worse for me psychologically, because there's times where when I got to go, like you're giving me the bathroom kind of thing. So 10 minutes before my flight, we're boarding, and it hits me, and I need to let the Hershey squirts flow.
Right.
And I didn't have any like Imodium anti-diarrheal medicine. So I just had to get on this flight, man. And I was sweating. I thought I was going to have you a poop story.
Oh, dang.
It's the worst
But
when
it
you're sweating.
hurt. And I was like sweating and like kind of in tears. And
Wow.
I just wrote it out. And when I was texting my dad before I got on, and I was just like,
Can you relate?
oh, man.
Does he have a poop story?
I mean, he probably does, but it's my mom's side that has the
okay.
issues. So,
All right.
but anyways,
Sounds good.
enough pooping.
Okay, question number 6. What did you think was dumb or stupid until you tried it?
I think the first thing that popped in my brain was sushi.
Sushi. Mm-hmm. So you
I thought it was like, why would you eat raw fish? You're just asking to be poisoned kind of mentality. And then I ate it like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm like addicted now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like popping candy, man.
Yeah.
Good.
But what else did I think was stupid till I tried it?
This doesn't have to be food related, right?
No.
Like, for me, it's I think it's tennis.
Oh.
I
Tennis?
hated tennis. I still do hate watching tennis. But when I first played tennis and tried it, it's like, man, this is fun.
It was.
So that
It's probably one of
mine
those
too.
sports where it's better to physically be active in it than watching it just on
Like
TV.
golf, I would
Like
say.
golf.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I love watching it, but I get the argument. I think tennis applies to me as well, because I still think I don't know. I have no interest in watching it, following it. But one of my really good friends, probably my best friend in high school, Joseph Lawless, was an amazing tennis player, and that was like his thing to do, drumming and playing tennis. And so during my senior year of high school, me and him, sometimes just us, sometimes we'd bring a couple girls, but we'd go to the tennis courts at like 11 p.m. at the park with the like big stadium lights on and just like play doubles. And I mean, I didn't know what I was doing, but he did, and so did the girls. But it was really fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
That was pretty much the end of my tennis repertoire.
Your tennis
But-
career was over after that.
But I must say it was way more fun than I expected.
What about you, Joey?
Swimming in the ocean.
Swimming in the ocean. Interesting.
I've been able to swim in pools and lakes all my life, but there's something about swimming in the ocean that I've always thought was stupid. Like, every time I get out of the ocean, you get a bag full of sand in your pockets, and
It's all salty and stuff, and
you get sharks swimming around.
yeah, jellyfish.
I held off the longest time, but the one time I went in, like, wow, this is actually kind of cool because you get the waves, you got a paddle board and you can use and stuff.
So you mean just being in the ocean water in
Yeah,
general?
ocean water
Oh,
in general,
okay.
I despise.
That's fair, because I'm not a big
So why
beach
would you
guy
ever
either.
want to go in it?
Yeah, okay, I got you. I thought you meant the specific act of
No, not
stroking it in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You know what I'm
Yeah.
I was
saying?
like, okay.
Interesting.
Well, I can stroke in the water. It's just being in the water.
So, when was the last time you swam in the ocean? Because we were at the beach yesterday.
Yeah, we were.
And I didn't see any swimming Joeys.
No, well, I don't know if we'd want to be swimming up here in Canada in early June.
Yeah, it's a little nipply.
Little nippy.
Yeah.
Probably the ocean water at least. It's been 5 years.
How much would I have had to pay you yesterday to go swim in the ocean?
Just to go like running out.
Just to
or-
go in there, dunk yourself, and come back out.
$20.
Man, you should have told me yesterday. I would have totally given you $20 for that.
I mean, it's not a big deal.
No one
now,
offered
like,
me money last night when I did something
Yeah,
similar.
you're stupid. You're stupid
Oh,
enough to
man.
do it for free. So.
Let's hope that appears in this.
It might be on the list. That's interesting.
Question number 7. I think this is the best question on here because there's so many
Oh.
different answers, and I think Cordell and Joey, you guys are the perfect people to have in this.
Okay.
What's your perfect burger?
Ooh.
Mine's easy.
'Cause Joey-
So,
You go for it.
I told these guys earlier when we went out and eat. No matter where we go, I'll look at the hottest thing on the menu, whether it be burgers or apps or whatever, and I'll just order that. I don't care what else is on the menu. I'll just order. Like, for instance, yesterday we went to Montana's, and they had I think it was a firecracker burger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly what was on it, but just because it had the title of firecracker, I'm like, hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
So the hottest burger.
The hottest. I'm
spicy.
a chili head, so I love hot things anyway.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sitting next
Do you
to you.
Oh. Do you have a specific spice that you like?
Yeah.
Jalapeno or
spice,
chili or?
As far as enjoying the meal before it gets too hot to handle, probably ghost pepper.
Oh, you're just going right
Yeah.
in. You're
Yeah.
deep inside.
Ghost
of it.
peppers. They have. I forgot the company, but they make ghost pepper chips. They're my favorite.
Wow.
Impressive.
I mean, it's burning hot, but it's still cool enough to enjoy without ruining your mouth.
You know I have your address, right? I'm just gonna send you the most ridiculously hot foods.
That's fine.
Will you
Send
fil-
them my way.
Will you
Let's
film
do it.
yourself?
I will make reaction
Let's
videos.
do it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Joey reacts on YouTube. There you go.
got it.
Dang.
What about you, Cordell?
I'm trying to think how some of this would go together because I don't know if it would, but I do know I enjoy them. So I'm going to throw it all together. Not too thick of a patty.
I agree with that.
In fact, some of the companies that do the like paper thin ones that are like crispy-ish, not paper thin, but
I know what you mean.
like the smash burgers, those are
Yep.
good. So I don't know if it has to be a smash burger thinness, but pretty thin burger, medium rare, seasoned up pretty well with some seasonal.
Do you like your burgers bleeding?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a Texan, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steak, definitely. Burgers, I have more leeway.
Yeah.
Either caramelized onions or fried onions in some way.
Yes.
Yeah, those are good.
A fried egg, mandatory.
Denny's does that. I've had it. It is.
Did you have
good.
that with me in Vegas? No, you didn't have that in Vegas.
We did eat at Denny's.
But I don't think you ate the burger. You had like chicken fingers or something. You always get chicken fingers.
I did have it in Vegas, but I don't think it was with you. I think it was with Luke, maybe.
Or did we have it at Shake Shack? Did you get
No, I
an
didn't
egg
get
on
it
that?
there.
No.
I might have gotten it at Denny's. I don't remember.
Maybe.
Anyways,
But yeah, so the onions in some form, a fried egg. Used to, I'd probably say sautéed mushrooms, but I'm
Ugh.
due to an incident, I'm no longer a mushroom head.
an incident.
Yeah. What else? Definitely mustard, but I love like every kind of mustard. So chef's choice on that one. Definitely lettuce, definitely onions. I like banana peppers a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how avocado would fit into this, but I like avocado on my burgers. So I'd put that on there too.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
How many bacon strips or no bacon?
Oh, yeah, bacon, of course.
Pickles?
How many?
Dill pickles.
Does it depend on the pickle?
Couple bacon strips, not too many.
Not too many. What if there was like 15 bacon strips?
I mean, I'd eat it, but it wouldn't be ideal.
Joey,
It's just too
you
much.
into bacon?
I am, but not too much.
Not on burgers
I'm
too
the
much.
odd guy out here. I like bacon, but I can't pile it on my burger.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if I was eating a plate of bacon, bring it on.
It's different, yeah.
But if you're like accenting a burger, I don't want to eat just bacon, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's probably it.
Sounds
A
good.
little bit of toasted bun.
Oh yeah, you have to toast the bun a little bit. Same with me. I like a thinner burger like you.
Yeah.
I actually like mine quite burnt. Like throw it on the barbecue and
The thin ones are kind of good burnt.
yeah, like
I'm not gonna lie.
make a hockey puck. I like it. I like
don't know
some
about a
crunch.
hockey puck.
I like some crunch to my burger. Lots of bacon, mustard, ketchup. Just super simple and boring. That's me. Even if you gave me a burger, if we were at a barbecue, you were barbecuing and you gave me a burger with nothing on it, I'd eat the crap out of that. With nothing on it, I'd be fine with that.
How are you on hot dogs?
This is a whole debate
'Cause I
about to
know-
happen. How do you make your hot dogs?
Yeah.
How do I make my hot dogs?
If you were just being lazy,
Yeah.
making like a quick lunch, how would you make your hot dog?
I would boil the wieners,
Okay.
and then steam the buns.
Steam the bun.
Over the-
What does that mean?
I have a little rack that's like it's like a rack with lines of metal or whatever.
Okay.
And then I put the buns on top of there, and I set it on top of the pot that's boiling
Yeah.
the wieners, so the steam.
Interesting.
Steam.
So it just gets like soft.
yeah, but not too long. You can't leave it on there for more than like 60 seconds. Like maybe like 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. Take them off.
Do you put butter on them while you're doing that?
I
or
do
no?
not.
No.
No, no butter.
Before we talk about toppings, how do you cook yours? We're talking day-to-day quick hot dogs.
Quick hot dogs?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm from Maine, so anyone that's familiar with New England style hot dogs at all, they're red, and they're called red snappers. You bite into them, they snap or pop. Better than any hot dog out there.
Okay.
I know I'm a little biased,
I wouldn't
but
know.
and I forgot to bring some up here.
I'm kind of glad because they look.
They
like
look
disgusting.
they look terrible.
They're just like normal hot dogs, but they're just dyed.
They look like dog penises. So
They essentially
Yeah,
are.
I bet they taste the same.
No, they're good. But anyway,
know.
I'll just throw. You grew up in the pores.
Oh, yeah.
If we run out of hot dog buns, I used to use just slices of bread as my,
No.
my
Yep.
bun.
That's a massive no-no.
Yep.
Really? You don't do that?
No, because it sticks to the wiener.
But what
and
if you don't have any buns? Like,
No, then I don't have hot dogs.
you don't even eat them plain?
Nope, not a chance.
I've even-
So how do you cook the wiener?
That's not a hot dog. That's just a wiener at that point.
But yeah, that's still
No.
food. No.
How do you cook it?
I zap it in the microwave.
He and I are on the same page.
Even the bun?
No,
No,
you don't
I eat
touch
the
it.
bun cold.
2 wieners, 30 seconds in the
Two? I
microwave.
eat 4.
Well, I mean, if you do 4, you can up it to 45 seconds.
No.
2 wieners, 30 seconds. 2 slices of bread, ideally white bread.
Yeah. It's
Put it
gotta be
on.
white and rich bread.
One strip of mustard, and you're good. Cheese if you have
I
it,
prefer ketchup if I'm just doing it that way.
but that's it.
Yeah.
You should always microwave your day-to-day hot dog.
You go until you hear the
Take a
popping in the
dig on it.
microwave.
Yeah. If hot dog
It
is the
takes-
epitome of crappy, quick, poor food.
For me, it takes.
I agree.
And the fact that you take 20 minutes to like set up a pot and boil
the
it,
stove.
Yeah, but
get these buns all
it
thing.
gets juicy.
Maybe if you're doing it for like Thanksgiving, but like,
Boiled hot dogs for Thanksgiving.
but like you should not put that much effort into a. Like
just
it's
gonna
like
have hot
making
dogs for lunch.
ramen noodles or PB and J. You don't like fire up a toaster and like it's like no. If you're
Now, if
wanting-
you're having like beans and franks for dinner with other people,
Yes.
I could see spending the time to do that.
yes.
Interesting.
But just a quick hot dog
I've
lunch.
never
I
microwaved a hot dog.
vehemently oppose people
We're gonna have to open Neil's
that
World
put too
here.
much effort into their simple meals.
Do we need to go out and buy some hot dogs?
Yeah, but I'm the laziest cooker ever.
Which is weird because
Throw
this
away.
is not a lazy thing to do.
It's the only way to do it.
You're supposed to turn this mealtime into a silly goose time, and that is not how you do that.
I'm very particular with food, so that probably also has
You
something
are
to do with
very
it.
picky.
Sometimes I take wieners, I cut them up into like little banana slices almost,
Okay.
and then I put butter on a pan, and then fry the little slices of hot dog.
I mean,
And eat them with ketchup.
It might taste good. Okay, well, you lost me there, but I mean that sounds decent. But man, that's just so much effort.
That's my definition.
If I'm gonna put that much,
poor.
if I'm gonna put 20 minutes and effort into a hot dog,
Yeah.
why can't I just do that into like making like a chicken and rice bake? You know, like something
Mm-hmm.
better. Like if it's once you get down that far on the totem pole, you shouldn't spend time on it. You know?
Have you ever had a boiled hot dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was mediocre.
Have you ever had a whistle dog? Do you
No.
know what a whistle dog is?
No idea what that is.
Okay, so I think it's done a little bit differently, but here in Atlantic Canada, at least, or at least what I'm familiar with is, they take a hot dog, they wrap it in bacon, they deep fry it, they take it out, they toast the bun, you put the bacon wrapped wiener like in the bun, and then you dress it with cheese, relish. I don't get relish with mine, mustard and ketchup, and that's called a whistle dog.
Sounds great.
And
That's
it's
actually a lot more than I expected it to be.
unbelievable.
Like that's worth putting time into.
Yeah.
I
that
support
sounds like
that.
fair food. Almost.
I've never
Yeah, it
I've
does.
never done a homemade whistle dog, but
It sounds like a lot of work, but it sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd eat that at a food truck.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 8. What have you done lots? What have you done lots, but are still incredibly bad at?
Being a dad.
He's a good dad.
No, I'm just kidding.
For me, it's bowling. Every time I go bowling,
Is it
What-
frequent though?
terrible.
What's
No,
the highest you've ever bowled?
I don't know.
At least 200?
I have no idea. I like bowl once a year.
That's about how often
Every time I go, I'm terrible.
I'm lucky to break 100.
and I get really good, like close to the end, and then I have to wait a year again until I play.
Yep,
I'm
that's,
terrible.
that is so relatable.
I'm better when I start drinking beer.
Oh,
You
It's
bowl often?
weird. No, I used to. I
That's
used to
right,
go out
that's
with
right.
friends all the time back
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I'd order a beer, and by like the 6th or 7th frame, I'd be hitting strikes left and right.
wow.
What about golf? Because I thought you were pretty
I was on
decent
the
at
golf
it.
team in high school.
Yeah, me too.
So
So I figured you were decent. So that doesn't apply.
I haven't played golf in a long time though. So
We're
if
going sometime.
if I tried to play, it'd be terrible.
Yeah.
I can putt.
Oh, you want to play some mini golf?
We need to play mini golf, and we need to do like a post-to-post scramble, because that way his skills will shine, yours will
Yeah.
shine. You know what I'm saying?
No, what's a scramble?
You know, you've never played a scramble?
Like Scrabble?
It's usually 2 or 4 people, but you're a team basically.
Okay.
And so you would all hit tee shots.
Okay.
You pick the best
I
one,
would
and
be
you all
awful.
play from there.
Oh, really?
You hit your approach shots, best one from there. You all putt, best score wins. Like
Wow.
so you have like duo scrambles, like tournaments. So you and your buddy will go enter the scramble tournament, and just basically the best shots between you is what you get.
That's
it's really
interesting.
fun. So that's why I was picturing those of us that have played golf
And
that feel like we don't have it all together anymore. It's like a free 4 handicap.
You were talking about speed golf yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
That would be fun to play.
Yeah, you have to sprint everywhere, no practice swings, etc.
You just go.
But no golf carts allowed. Well, you could do it with golf carts, but traditional speed golf is pull caddy, run. It's hilarious.
That would be great.
Disc golf?
Oh, that's hard though.
Disc golf, I've never really played.
Never?
I played a couple times, but
No.
I'm trying to think of something I do all the time.
Yeah, what's something you do a lot but are still incredibly bad at?
I can think of some not safe for work answers. Just kidding. Even that's a joke. Dang. What do you think? Because, I mean, bowling's a good one, but
I don't know.
you're good at bowling. I think you're good. You kicked my butt.
Oh, that was
in
that
Texas.
one game that we had. The thing that I've done the most that I'm still bad at is trying to be quiet in a quiet setting.
Trying to be quiet in a quiet setting.
Yeah.
Like the other day when you're sitting off camera, you had
Yeah.
to cough.
I mean, you guys hear how much I've been coughing already, and that's with me being open and being able to talk.
Interesting.
If it's me anywhere, whether it's here or like back in the day, I used to be in a church or someone's giving a speech at a concert or some school event, whatever. Like I'll just sit there and I'll get this weird tingle, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Here we go.
And during his podcast the other day, my eyes were watering so much, and Cordell can attest to this.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to throw up because I was holding in the tickles for
That would have been great for the podcast.
No, it would not. Just a in the background.
Tagging off
Kale's
that,
looking at me too. He's like, oh, man.
for me, not necessarily being quiet in a quiet setting, but I don't know how to shut up in general. And I mean that seriously, though. Like, there's been many, for sort of like signposts, like moments in my life where I decided I talk too much or my personality's too extroverted. And I have so much admiration for introverts or people that are, don't speak often, but when they do, people listen, that kind of thing. So, whether it's like a girl that I liked that was very introverted and liked introverted boys, or a new job I had where I wanted to set like a new standard, like, oh, they don't know who I am, so I'm going to come in and be sort of the, quiet, wise one. All these moments, I've tried to tell myself, I'm going to start fresh and like, shut up. And I never can. And then like even like day-to-day stuff, like today I'm going to keep my mouth shut because, I'm going to be at jury duty and I don't want to be noticed or whatever. And then here I am like just asking questions and like I can't not talk, dude.
And
I hate it.
I relate to that in the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
Like I started a new job last year and I'm fairly introverted and shy. And I'm like, I can't be like that. I'm going to be outgoing. I'm going to be talk as much as I can. And then I just kind of slipped into that introverted scenario. So
Nothing wrong with that too, because I'm the same way.
yeah.
And
Well, it's good that everyone's different. And if everyone was the same, it would be boring. So
Yep.
last question on here. Favorite movie or movies?
I feel like once every few months, I make this list and write it down, and then it gets deleted. So it ends up just being a long, far-fetched.
And I mean, you could really even
grass.
split this into favorite comedy movie, favorite action movie, favorite sci-fi movie. I think I've already said mine on camera. Mine's Apollo 13.
Great movie. Well, I'm just gonna start throwing out stuff.
Just do it.
I have a special love for The Truman Show.
Yep, we talked about that the other day.
We did.
It's a great movie.
Let's get some of the base ones out of the way that everyone has on their list, like Forrest Gump,
Yep, definitely.
Full Metal Jacket.
Absolutely.
mine is always Miracle.
Well, the hockey movie?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That one surprisingly missed me because, I mean, I haven't watched it since it came out. I'm not going to lie.
It's a good movie, but not my favorite.
Yeah.
It didn't really engage me. So this was like when I was like prime age as a kid, like loving hockey and like just wanting more and more. So Miracle came out and I was familiar with the story, but I remember it not being enough hockey action for me as a kid. And I think, wasn't it rated R?
I don't remember.
It definitely had some swearing in it. But my family was
I don't know
very
about
protective
R.
of that. But they made an exception for that movie because it was hockey and it was like a good story. So I remember them like kind of censoring it and it was just like a lot of adult stuff. So it was kind of a blur in a way. So maybe I need to rewatch it, but it sounds like you're not that big a fan of it either.
That's okay. Have you seen Mystery Alaska?
I have not, actually.
What? That's an amazing hockey movie. I love that
Is
movie.
it? I have to have it on the list. What else is always on my lists that I talk about?
What about like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or
obviously Star Wars
generic
for me.
Matrix?
I've watched both of those. Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Matrix is a good novelty thing, but I'd be lying if it was
I
my
have
top.
You've never seen Matrix?
No, I have. I was going to mention I've never seen Star Trek, though. Nothing.
You've never seen it?
None of the series, none of the movies.
So all the Star Trek memes I post on Discord, you don't.
Oh,
It's
I don't get 'em
completely
either.
over my
Really?
head.
Oh my.
Like I've seen clips and stuff, but it's just always been over my head.
Oh, Star Trek is so like I appreciate Star Wars and Star Trek. They both bring different
Nostalgic,
things,
yeah.
but
I wouldn't be opposed to starting to watch it. I've just never sat down and taken the time to do it.
all right.
And you haven't
I
watched
don't know.
Battlestar Galactica.
I have not. I'm saving it. I know kind of a cult following it has, so
Yeah.
I'm just kind of saving it to
I've
enjoy.
also-
But make sure it's like the 2001 reboot, not the 70s one, because that's Star Trek cringe right there. But other movies, this isn't a movie, but in my eyes, it's so cinematic. I like to think of it, Band of Brothers.
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely.
I always put that in the list.
Yep.
It's just too good.
There's another one that was produced by HBO too. I think it was
The
called The
Pacific?
Pacific.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
It was
a great
good,
series.
but you know.
Yeah.
They
what
also did
else?
one called From the Earth to the Moon. Which is
Really?
about
Yeah.
from basically
Cold War.
Mercury. It was like Mercury and then Gemini and Apollo or whatever order went in, and it was the whole story leading up prior to them landing on the moon, and then a little bit after and stuff. It's a phenomenal series.
That sounds like you
It's
would have liked
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
Have you ever watched Interstellar?
absolutely.
Yeah.
That guy, of
Yeah.
course, he has.
Okay, before you guys came, well, when you guys came, there's some stuff hanging in my room that I took down and put in my closet because I wanted to hang hockey jerseys up.
Right.
One of the things that I took down was an Interstellar poster
No kidding.
in a frame with an IMAX film cutout from the movie.
What?
I love Interstellar.
Yeah. I had never seen it until, I think, last year.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
loved it.
awesome.
I love the whole aspect of it.
Yeah, it's like mind.
That's always one of the questions that everyone has, like, what happens?
Mm.
I don't want to go on and spoil it, but
They even did like scientific research in preparation for the movie to get the physics right, and they ended up discovering new things. And some of their works are now published because of the movie.
kidding.
So they've
Nuts.
like theorized on new things just to make this movie.
so how
That's
accurate do you think that movie is?
100% accurate.
Yep.
100%?
Yep. Well, I mean,
Wow.
it's 100% accurate into
At least for what we know.
him going through the black hole.
From what we know about.
We don't know
warping
from
to-
that point on.
Right.
We don't know if it's quite theoretically to talk to the other side. That part's a little fiction, but some of it is theory based, and some of it is practical. But the whole like light swooping around fast to the outside in the event horizon, like that's
Yeah.
all practical physics now, and
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I think my list gets convoluted because I moved the goalposts for what I decide is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
So for some movies, when I first saw it, it gave me such a great first time viewing experience.
Mm-hmm.
It like kind of makes the list, and then some of them, it has the best soundtrack ever, or whatever. So like Inception, which has been basically circle jerked to death
Yep.
since it came out. It's still on my list because the first time I watched that, I was just
I love Inception.
blown away, and I still like it on second viewings, third viewing, etc. But Inception, there's got to be so many more that I've recommended. In fact, I send Brittany lists all the time. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And it's always no. So I have a list somewhere of all the movies that are must watches. But
I know there's a giant cult following out there because I'm part of it, but how you guys feel on superhero movies, especially with the Avengers out?
It's
think you and I are
so
similar.
like in your face
Yeah.
now.
Too
Like
much?
I'll watch them, but I'm not gonna get hardwood over one. Like I'll watch it and enjoy it and stuff. But it's just
Yeah.
part of my answer dictates on your answer. How much of your childhood involved comic books and superheroes?
Superheroes a lot. Comic books actually not so much. I didn't.
zero.
Super-
I
Superheroes.
owned like hardly any comic books.
So
It was all
I had
movies
none.
for me growing up.
Yep, zero for me.
So maybe that's why it's missing
be.
me, because when Iron Man 1 came out, that was one of my favorite. In fact, it might even be on my list. I loved that movie.
Iron Man 1 is amazing.
Just it's so organic in him building the suit. And, it's
Yeah.
like it feels different. After that, I don't think there's a single movie in that like universe that I've liked, and I've only seen like 6 of them. So you're welcome to crucify me in the comments, but it's that whole. It's just not for me.
Yeah, it's
Which is silly,
so
'cause I
much
like
in your face explosions and just ridiculous decisions after ridiculous decision. And
Okay, I have another question to follow up
Okay.
on this then. I'm just going off now.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it, please.
Marvel or DC? The ultimate debate.
I always say DC just for Batman.
Just for Batman.
I don't like Batman, so I would say
Yeah.
Marvel. I think
Yeah.
I like the personalities in Marvel more. They're a little bit more
Yeah.
comical, I guess.
Marvel's my favorite, but as far as villains go, it's got to be DC. The Joker is my all-time favorite villain.
Is Doctor Doom Marvel?
He's Marvel. He's out of the Fantastic... No.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Fantastic
played a
Four.
demo of Marvel Ultimate Alliance on Xbox 360. That's how I learned a lot
That
of
was the
this.
Fantastic Four.
What's the Flash? Is he DC?
He's DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
Just-
started watching that on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
DC, you got Batman, you got Superman, the Flash, Wonder Woman, and what's
Robin.
the robot guy? Cyborg? I think.
Robot guy.
Did you like any or
Cyclops?
all of the 3 Batman movies? Before
Dark
I
Knight?
before I get into
You mean the Dark
specifics.
Knight?
I didn't
trilogy?
really like. I don't like Batman. Whenever his voice changed, like, like, why are you talking like that?
Did you like them?
I love the first one.
I was gonna say, what's your order?
The Dark Knight, the original Dark Knight was probably my favorite.
Okay.
I don't know.
And then 1 or
It's-
3?
3, and then probably 2 is my last.
Oh, you mean Batman?
For the Dark Knight
Batman
trilogy.
Returns is your
Oh,
favorite.
you mean like the early Batman?
No, or what's? I thought that's what it's called.
Batman Returns was like
So there's, the Dark Knight was number 2 in the series. So which one is your favorite?
Dark Knight.
Okay, so then 1 or 3 is your second favorite. Because you said Dark Knight was your last favorite, so that doesn't make sense. Because it's
No,
not the Dark
the-
Knight trilogy. That was one movie out of the 3.
I'm so confused.
He's confusing me.
The Christopher Nolan Batman movies did not start with Dark Knight.
I thought it did.
No.
What started it?
I thought it was called Batman Returns. No? What is it, producer? Begins. Thank you. Batman Begins.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was
Liam
not my
Neeson
favorite.
teaching him the ways of the shadow.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, that was not my favorite.
Okay.
The Dark Knight was my favorite.
Okay.
So that was number 2 then.
And then after that, I'm curious.
Yeah,
about
it doesn't matter after that. But
You guys are speaking Chinese to me. I don't remember any,
One
any
in-
of those movies.
I don't. Sometimes the like hipster contrarian in me wants to say one's better, but let's be real. Dark Knight's just a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's got to be number 1. But I really didn't like 3. So
Heath Ledger's the Joker.
yeah. So 2, 1, 3 for me.
Yeah.
Smallville. Have you watched that?
Yes.
I
The
think
whole thing.
every ex-girlfriend I've ever had begs me to watch it.
Is that the best show or movie involving Superman?
That's like a side.
That's
its own
just in
side
general,
series.
like-
It's not a movie, or
That has
It's a-
anything to do with Superman?
It's
Oh.
a show.
no? I know, but he's saying I'm saying.
Oh.
Anything to do with the life of Superman. Like Smallville is like way better than anything else Superman related for me.
The modern times, yes. I still think Christopher Reeves was the best Superman.
I didn't see that one.
Those are from like
Or
the what?
multiple
80s,
ones.
90s, whatever.
The OG one where he.
The OG Superman.
I just remember they're like going through like a desert and there's like a crack that opens up like a canyon and her car falls in. He flies in and picks her up and flies around the world. I've seen that scene from that.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Did you like Smallville? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, I love Smallville.
Huh.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid.
Wow.
Which is, I guess, weird because I don't really like superheroes that much. But
That is weird.
Yeah, I
I
like
wouldn't have
it.
expected that. No, I haven't watched it.
I thought the acting and character development was really good in that show, and lots of twists and turns. And
That's important.
Speaking of Batman, Robert Pattinson is the new Batman. What?
he is.
Yeah.
he was
It's
just
like the hubbub.
cast the role.
That's weird.
I
Yeah.
know. I
That-
think
that's so-
it's easy to say that is screwed up and terrible. But I'm trying to help him out here by saying we said the same thing about Heath Ledger. There was no way he
Yeah,
was
but
going to be
I
a
feel
good
like this is
Joker.
different though.
But what have you? Okay, so what has Robert Pattinson done to piss you off since Twilight?
He's
You
a
don't-
vampire that took 11 years to get his wings.
I didn't.
That's a
watch
good
Twilight,
joke, but
so-
honestly, tell me, what has he done since Twilight that to make us hate him? Nothing. So we don't
I think
know.
it's just the Twilight.
It is, and I equally am concerned. But he's had like a decade to become an actor, like a flourishing, multifaceted, multi-role actor.
I don't think he's just not hard skinned enough to be Batman.
I
what
can't
we thought about
picture
Heath
him with the
Ledger.
Batman raspy voice, you know.
Well, that voice hopefully dies.
Maybe it'll
yeah,
change.
hopefully that voice ends. Huh. All right.
But yeah, that is real.
Okay. Well, so what actor would be the best Batman?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Definitely The Rock.
Oh man, the
Can you
beefy
imagine
Batman.
I'm 100%
a
joking.
super campy Batman movie with this him just being overly that would be pretty funny.
That would be,
That would
I'd
be
pay
a-
to see that.
That would be a throwback to the original, like, kind of intent of the Batman shows.
Yeah.
Just being super silly. Almost like, Oh wow, I'm forgetting the name of the show.
I
with,
could picture
Mr. T.
Oh, the A-Team.
A-Team.
Yeah, the A-Team.
Yeah. I could picture Vin Diesel being Batman too.
Stick to Riddick.
Stick to Riddick.
Stick to Riddick.
Stick to Groot.
That's tough. I think we've become accustomed to Bruce Wayne being such just a boring, cold
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
guy that it's hard to choose a character.
he almost
for.
like has every Batman character had dark hair?
Yeah.
Doesn't Robert Pattinson have like blonde hair?
No.
No.
Oh.
Still dark hair.
Oh,
Yeah, because George Clooney had dark hair. He was Batman.
who's the dude that was in Interstellar?
Mike McConaughey.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
hoping y'all got
Do you think he would be a good Batman if he
He,
lost the accent?
he would have to beef up big time because he's a skinny ass dude.
In other words, since he grew up an hour from where I grew up,
Yeah.
would I make a good Batman?
Matthew McConaughey.
Can you do his accent?
No. Not at
Really?
all. No.
It's-
All right. You can't even do that.
Not without sounding like everyone else.
Yeah.
I can't do anything special.
It's pretty unique.
It is.
Like it's very specific. But
Yeah.
All right. Like,
all right. Yeah, it's,
I'm going to take you to the tower. All right. Like,
do you like his Lincoln commercials? Where like
I like
They
it for the
make
same
no
reason
sense.
you do, because H3H3
Yeah.
just cracks at them. They're hilarious.
They're awesome.
They're terrible,
yeah,
but they're great.
I just like listening.
That's
to him
what
talk,
Martin
to be honest.
Brodeur should be doing.
He could have an
Absolutely.
ASMR channel
I'd
of
listen
just
to
his
it.
voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd listen to it. All right, well, that's all the questions I have, guys. Thanks for joining me for this Havin Yak podcast. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Kale, off camera, for writing these down and giving us some stuff to talk about. Do you want to plug any of your social media accounts, or would you prefer to remain anonymous?
He said it. Don't say ambulance though.
Yeah.
Ambulance.
I don't really have any to plug. I will say that I'm thinking, based on some talks we've had on this week, there might be a new channel
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the
there's
works.
going to be. There has to be
There's
now.
100%.
in which I do voiceover work, role playing as Hank Hill, reacting to random things,
Yeah.
commentating wildlife,
reading books.
maybe doing song covers.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Actually, you know, if you don't mind, could you end this podcast as Hank Hill? Thank people for watching. Ask them to subscribe, and then say adios at the
For
end.
some reason, when I'm on the spot, it fails. So
Here we
I
go.
apologize if this sounds awful, but well, I'd like to thank you fellers for coming around for this here podcast. Make sure and tune in next week, and we're going to give you a spectacular action. That wasn't English, god dang it. But yeah, as we say down here in Texas, adios.
See you guys.